Well, I broke my pattern. I got a campsite at Unicoi State Park for 2 nights. After looking for a place to stay last night, my campsite being closed and all, I decided not to be wandering around in these mountains at dark, not knowing where I was going to stay. But with my annual pass that I had bought, I had 3 free nights, so I was afraid I was going to not remember to use them anyway. So I used 2 of my free nights on my annual pass. So at least now I can go in and explore and see what I can find to get into, because I know right where I went by and checked out my site, so I know right where I'm going to camp tonight. That one place I went, no way am I driving back in there with those gullies in the road. It was pretty back there, but I decided nah. A lot of memories on this river. One of my favorite memories, well, I got a couple. One of my favorite memories is a long time ago when my son was about 4 or 5 and my grandson was about 4 and 5 and my granddaughter was about 4 and 5, because there was 14 weeks between them, and then my older granddaughter that was about a year older than them. I used to take 4 and 5 and 6 kids off solo by myself camping. Well, we came up here and I decided to go tubing with them. We've tubed on this river a lot here in Helen. And I'm thinking it must have been my first time tubing. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I didn't think anything about tying us all together. Well, you see that water? It's not staying still. You know what 4 and 5-year-olds do? They just go on and leave. Thank gosh that day on the river I had some more people that were helpful in helping me keep up with them, because I couldn't hardly keep up with those 4 kids. So I decided to just hang out at the campground today instead of going for a hike. Go for a hike tomorrow maybe, because I'm tired from the hike yesterday where my feet were hurting me and all. So I'm just going to stay around the campground, enjoy it, enjoy the weather. But I had to come to town. I got me a new tripod. This one's going to be a hoot because it's got a remote once I charge it. See if I can keep up with that. It's I don't know, but it's got little clips, so maybe I'll clip it back to the stand where it goes. We'll see. So I got it. I got me some rotisserie chicken. I don't usually buy food that's already cooked. I usually cook my own, but it looked really good. And I gave up bread 4 or 5 days ago because I'm dieting. I've gained 20, 30 pounds in the last year and a half or 2. I've been eating too much bread and sweets. Been hooked on sweets. So I'm cutting out sweets and bread and some processed food and all. So I've been eating a lot of these low carb wraps. I'm eating a lot of lean meat on them and all. And intermittent fasting some. Intermittent fasting, when I was on the way up, you set hours. When I was on the way up and spent the night with my friend, she's intermittent fasting too, and she told me that she opened the window too early the other day and closed it too early. And I'm thinking, my mind of course just went in another direction. I thought, what's opening a window? Why is she talking about opening a window when we were talking about dieting? But she was talking about her eating window, and I had my mind on a regular window. I was wondering why she was telling me she opened the window. So anyway, I've been trying to diet, so I bought that lean chicken. And I came to town to get some Comet. When I'm sitting there at campground, I was cleaning on my van, and there's a mark on one of the doors that I couldn't get off, and I like to use Comet on hard stuff. When I was in the store looking for it, the little boy that was helping me, he said, you mean that rough stuff? And I said, yeah. He said, my mama and grandmama believe in that. I said, well, if Comet won't get it off, nothing to get it off. So, but then Walmart was out of Comet, so that's why I couldn't find it. When I got help, I still couldn't find it. And I was also looking for a timer, trying to do that short this morning, and I was squinting because I don't like to do videos with my glasses because of the glare, and I couldn't see the timer. But Walmart only had a timer that would go from a minute to an hour, So I'm gonna go to the dollar store and see if I can find a timer and some Comet, and then I'm gonna go back to the campground and just hang out and enjoy it. But I haven't opened my window yet today, and it's after lunch, so I'm hungry, so I'm gonna sit here and pull some of that chicken off, that rotisserie chicken, and put it on a wrap, and sit here and enjoy my wrap before I head back to the campground. So that's the plans for today, is just to hang out and rest and enjoy that campsite. Okay, the Dollar Tree Plus, that's what that little thing in there said they gonna call it. That Dollar Tree had some stuff $3 and $5. Every one I've been to has been $1.25. But anyway, the Dollar Tree Plus came through for me. They had a timer, $1.25, and I could set it for 50 seconds and I'll know to hush. So I got me a timer and I got me a big thing of Comet. So now I'm gonna go back to the campground and see what I can get into. So this new tripod, I can adjust the height of it, and the other one I would have to fool around with it to put it up on my dash to like do the route that I was doing. And this one, you can adjust it so it sits up there firmly on my dash. So I think I'm gonna like it. I've got to practice on once it charges on using the remote, but I struggled doing, when I was riding through the mountains and all, I struggled doing video of the road up ahead. I would prop it up on my dash and all, because you don't want to have it, you can't have it, not supposed to have it in your hand. So this new tripod looks like that it's going to do on the road video well. So I'm on my way back to the campground, so I'll practice with it. I got to practice with that remote. It should be charged. But turning right here at Unicoi, I don't know why I said Unicoi, to go up toward the state park. Now once I turn here, there's a little place right here on the corner, right here by that big tree, right there. Let's see, on right down here on this corner, there's a place, a little building right there. It's got Peanuts written on the top. Peanuts right there. That's one of my memory places. I don't ever go by there, but I don't think about my late husband because he loved peanuts. So when we came to Helen, he would have to go there and get peanuts. So I thought about it there also. When I get into Unicoi, the state park up here, there's a cabin there that we stayed at. We didn't stay at cabins very often because we always been cheap. So we came up here with a group of friends. Of course something's rattling back there. Came up here with a group of friends, and it was right when I first started learning to ride motorcycles. And I was slow that day. Everybody was ill with me because I was fearful of what was over the next hill on the motorcycle. I got to where I was comfortable with riding motorcycles. Oh, I would never ride on the back. When he first started riding motorcycles, I rode one time with him on the back. I rode for 5 or 6 miles. I called my daughter. I was shaking like a leaf, and I begged her to come and get me. So I said, if he gonna ride motorcycles, I'm gonna learn to ride my own. So that's what I did. Now the two I have are too heavy for me now. Since I'm a little older, I can't handle those heavy motorcycles. So I'm looking for me a smaller one so that I can take it out on the road with me. Either that or an e-bike. I haven't decided which I want yet. Yep, that was the side of the road. That was the little noise makers. So yesterday was a good day here, just hanging out campground, resting, cleaning on the van, and watching the little kids play here in the campground. I'm trying out my remote too, and I'm gonna make sure I've got it on my finger. I guess I'll do that every time, and then maybe when I take it off my finger, I'll put it back on the tripod. Anyhow, the little kids that were playing here, there was about 5 of them, had the little push scooter that you push with your foot. They'd go down the hill and pull it back up, and go down the hill and pull it back up. And it was just nice seeing them out here play all afternoon instead of being set up somewhere on the electronics like kids are prone to do now. And it made me think about when we used to bring our kids up here, 4 and 5 at a time, little ones like that. And we used to stay at the primitive campground that I tried to stay at that was closed outside of Helen. And it has a creek running right through it. So our kids loved to stay there. We used to couldn't even hardly talk them into, let's ride uptown to Helen. They were like, no, we want to stay here. Of course, that's the way it usually is with kids when you take them camping. They don't want to go and do the things that you want to do. And if you take them to the beach and you stay in a motel with a nice pool, they don't want to go to the beach a lot of times. They want to stay there at the pool. So I just watched those kids and thought about taking kids off. I got some kids that's getting of age that I could travel with them a little bit. So I'm going to have to start bringing them camping for a day or two. My 3-year-old was asking about me for the weekend, and I told her mom, I said, I should have brought her. And she said, you should have. She would have liked it. So I'm going to take her on a mini trip. But I thought it was crazy, me cleaning on the van, and I got a lot done. I got my dash cleaned, all my cubbies and all my doors cleaned, my cubbies at my foot and the bottom of my bed cleaned, got it all dusted. I had already cleaned out my the drawers to my kitchen things, but I went back because I had spilled my jelly. I always think I had the lid on the jelly good, but maybe I didn't. So I had to re-clean one of the drawers. But I thought I was crazy for cleaning here at the campground instead of out doing something else. And all afternoon, there was a young guy next to me with a truck. He cleaned on his vehicle all afternoon, so that made me feel better over here with all my cleaning supplies and cleaning. But then but I was going to take a walk, and then I let it get almost dusk, so I went on down there and took a hot shower, and all that hot water felt good because it was starting to get a little chilly by then. And they have a heater going down there. They have an electric heater plugged in down there in the bathroom, so it's nice to go down there and take a shower. And I heated up dinner from the night before. I had made some hamburger meat with mushrooms, onions, and peppers, and rotel and salsa in it. So I had that on a wrap with some sour cream, and that was good. I had listened to my book all afternoon, so I was ready by then to crash and listen to my book and keep practicing on the Rubik's Cube, and I have almost mastered it. I messed it up at the last step and have to go back and redo it sometimes. So it's the last step that I've still got a block on, and I've got to master the last step. I can get it all the way down to the last step with no problem. And then sometimes I can do the last step, and sometimes I can't. So I'm going to work on that again. But today's agenda, I plan on going and walking through Helen, maybe. And then I'm probably going to go to a waterfall. But I don't know. It changes day by day, so I don't know. Anyway, going to try turning this off with this remote now and clipping it back to the tripod. So let me practice doing that, and I'll catch you later.
Hi, Dad.
So I enjoyed my visit at Unicoi State Park, even though I didn't need the electric, but I enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Thanks.